like, ooh la la, we, ooh la la, we, on the Saturday, right? Like, ooh la la, we, like, ooh la la, we, like, ooh la la. Looking for Ams like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich Tea. That's the show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here, one more again. So if it's your first time and you've been hiding under a rock, come on in. Over here, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, Popovisms 101, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos like this or I go live. And if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, then you already know what we do over here. You already know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. We in the end game because on a Saturday night, I think this happened yesterday. You know what I mean? It might have happened, yesterday. Some weirdo, you know what I mean? I think in the Bronx or in Brooklyn. And the story is, so many stories like this, where the video is coming out where a young, a woman is coming down the stairs and yoke up, you know what I mean? And, obviously he had his way and shit. And he still ain't caught yet, so he's a perp, and we hope we get him. But it's stories like this that come out, and it's stories like the trans boy that's in the swimming, beating all of the little girls, crushing their dreams. There's reasons why it's that, and the reasons that men is, on the other hand, not being the victim of these type of crimes and these assaults. You know what I mean? There's reasons why title is what it is, and what if you get canceled? The mediocre, tutorial reviews, he got fake canceled, and I did a video on him. Go see the other video where he actually got cancer, you know what I mean? Or he found out he had cancer and his nuts, had to get one of his nuts removed, etc. Came back strong, and his channel is popping on YouTube. I like his content. But he got canceled, and it's a reason that he can be canceled, because a woman could say something without verifying what you're saying first when it comes to men. And it's like, stuff like this shouldn't happen to the young lady, you know what I mean? And who knows how many times, he did something like this. So hopefully he get caught. Obviously the city, Gotham, has been real greedy. Like, it's been real crazy on these streets. And obviously a lot of the crimes, unfortunately, is to women. You know what I mean? Elderly women, all different type of age. Had something in the Bronx where, a mother and the toddler was carjacked in the Bronx by two bozos. You know what I mean? Like, it's that dire, desperateness to where you gotta pull shit like this. It'd be so crazy. I'm not gonna say I'd be shocked and amazed. Like when you put the beat on, rest in peace, Bismarck, and I'm not being funny at all. I'm really not. It'd be so crazy hearing it, even though I'm not shocked and amazed, that it make me have to just say, damn, is this shit on the agenda to where they got, people pulling certain acts of what's going on. Not being funny, like I'm from New York, heart and heart, through and through. Like most of the boroughs I done lived in, I done traveled to all of the boroughs. Like, you know what I mean? Definitely, like, you know what I mean? That feeling. Some of the stuff just be off the wall, MJ. You know what I mean? Like it do. To where you think like, is it an agenda where people is playing these roles or doing certain things to push a narrative? I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's what I think. Sometimes when I hear certain crimes or certain things and I say, damn, what would prompt a person to do this besides what we talk about on the channel a lot is mental health. You know what I mean? Like, some people is not in their right mind. When you hear the Denzel in the movie Training Day, where he tell a story about, you know, the guy putting peanut butter, no, not smearing peanut butter on, but going to court, putting peanut butter in his ass, you know what I mean, digging his pocket to make it look like, you know what I mean, he was crazy, you know what I mean? To get over on the system, find a loophole like we was talking earlier. A lot of people look for little loopholes to get over, make shit a little easier. You know what I mean? They don't want to take the hard road travel. To do shit like that for mental health, just to get over, you know, so you could get less of time. You know what I mean? Like the Jussie Smollett dude, he just got sentenced recently. You know what I mean? And this is off topic because I wasn't even going to talk about him. But, you know, right before, what stood out to me, you know what I mean? As a person that stood there in front of the judge while they making you seem like you the worst in the world. And there's really nothing you can do. You can have an outburst if you want, but they're just going, you know, the guard's just going to take you in the back, and that's really going to be that. And obviously, if you got a high-profile case like him, because you in the public eye, son, right. So it's cameras in the courtroom. Obviously, with me, you know, the times that I've been in there, it wasn't. Took in the trial, copping out. The point is, what the judge was roasting him, saying all the stuff, whether true or not true, why he did what he did, and obviously we know he made the shit up because, you know what I mean, you was in Chicago, that's your number one mistake. Ain't no white folks running through there. It just was wild, crazy, the story he tried to spin. But after he got, you know, sentenced or whatever, and the sentence is light, if you ask me. Spend, you know, 150 days, that's 5 months on Rikers, nothing nice, or in the county. Maybe his experience won't be the same as mine or others that I know. But what stood out to me is he was like, after he said what he said, Judge, I respect you, is he was like, I'm not crazy, so I'm not going to kill myself. You know what I mean? And, you know, I done been, you know, behind the wall. I know on the channel I'm not an angel. I done been to a few of the craziest jails in New York State. You know what I mean? And, you know, you see some things in there, obviously, when you're doing time in the penitentiary. So for him to say, like, I mean, that was like the warning almost to like say, I'm going to go do this little bullshit time that obviously he feel he is a celebrity. I'm sure he probably feel that he shouldn't be doing no time. You know what I mean? For the story he made up, you know, about the, the agenda that's being pushed and people, you know, sexually profiling because he's gay and of that community, etc. He probably think like, nah, I shouldn't be doing no 5 months in the county for this. Eating yakisobe and chili con con. Like, yeah, 1 box of Rice Krispie, some bullshit 2% skim milk, and 4 slices of bread. Like, that's what you're getting on Rikers. And that's when I was there. Who knows what you're getting now? And obviously in Chicago, I'm sure it's no different. It's probably worse, you know what I mean? Over there with all the fuckery that they be doing over there, all them kids that be dying, you know, may the Most High have mercy. But just for him to be like, nah, I'm not going to kill myself, so if anything happens to me, that just was like the signal. I don't think there was nothing wrong with him saying that because obviously I don't think he'd been to jail before. So, you know, the consequences of what he did is now going to bear fruit. And yeah, you got to go throw that jumpsuit on, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. So the thing is, people can say what they want, and you could be accused, and most times we know that you're guilty until you get proven innocent. So, you know, with the media tutorial reviews, you know what I mean? And obviously we want the sister to get well. It's sad that happened to her, you know what I mean? You know, well, homie, hopefully he get caught. And obviously, I always say on the channel for, you know, I got women in my family, obviously, and I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to them. You know what I mean? May the Most High, you know, don't let that happen. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I say, avoid putting yourself in crazy situations. Obviously, that's number one. Prevention, you know what I mean, is better than the cure. And then obviously, if you find yourself in a precarious situation where you may have to defend yourself, have something to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Because we know that you can easily be overpowered. You know what I mean? Most of the times you will. And obviously, for a person to do that, they low down, greasy, grimy like the fucking Onyx. So they're going to sneak you from behind or do something where they got the advantage. And then, oh, by the way, we the stronger sex anyway. You know what I mean? So you really ain't going to have no wins. That's why I be saying women don't be boasting in men's face, because everybody may not take the, you know, the man approach, which is don't hit women and, you know, walk away, have a cool head, think about it, stop, think about it. We human and we all work differently and we all have past experiences. And you say, oh, that's so what? Don't you should never. You can say what you want. But the bottom line is when shit hits the fan, you don't know what that person is going to do. So I always advise, you know, people in mind, and just women in general, don't be boasting in no man's face. I don't even really care if you Layla Ali. And that's when you got a chance, because obviously she's trained, you know what I mean, in hand-to-hand combat. but ultimately you're not going to have no wins. And that's why cases is like this with men, committing domestic violence and some type of, sexual act on women. It's not the other way around. You know what I mean? That's why women can say anything, he hit me or whatever, and whoop, whoop, you go into jail and you're going to have to prove that you didn't do that. You know what I mean? But just because it's not balanced, it's not equal, it's not a circle. So, that's what I'll say there. But speaking of that and tying it all together, like I said, MTR is a channel who I follow. I fuck with the channel. Again, he I guess was getting sponsored by Keeps. It's the shit that I went and got my hair cut today, like I told y'all earlier on the live. You know what I mean? Go to the gym, get right, try to stay out the washing machine, keep the wall, from closing in as much as possible. And the more you can do that and have a balance, the longer you'll, prolong what is inevitable. Like, destiny arrives, turns the legs to jelly. Like, the Thanos line, you can stay out the washing machine. But Keeps, the men's, company or whatever, they just send you little shit like for your face and your hair. And then, I see the ad a lot. I was even thinking about, subscribing to it. You know what I mean? I got a couple of subscriptions. Like a lot of y'all niggas don't be using probably. Different apps and, shit on the TV or whatever. But anyway, he was being sponsored by that. And then, I guess at a job he was working at prior to, being the YouTuber that he is today, a young lady that he was involved with or knew or whatever, didn't like his page, like, felt triggered, like on a bat line, and decided to, I guess write some letters to to his job and to some of the sponsors, etc. And a lot of them pulled back, and Keeps is one of them. And you gotta say, damn. I'll watch his channel. I fuck with the channel. I'm a supporter of the channel. I like his content. It's funny. It's witty. It's did in a different way than other channels. And he's from New York. So it is what it is. But the shit that she was claiming, the allegations, the slander, is all the way false. But just because you can make up what you want and how you will whenever you feel like doing it, because you in your feelings. Like, this can happen, and it will take you a minute to what you built to get back. Same thing with the Tory Lanez. Like, he was moving at a certain pace. Allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of, he shot Megan in the foot. Like, she ain't give him that wet ass pussy. Like, not Uncle Murder. The wrap up. That's what happened. And after she accused him, not to say that he just went to a halt, but it wasn't like it was, in my opinion, prior. And that's because of the backlash and the shit that's attached to something of that magnitude. You shooting and then only by the way, it's a woman. So, she said whatever she said to the job and cost them a couple of dollars. And it's like, damn, like, this shit is not true, number one. You got a platform, I see people call up, or, you can have that conversation and you feel like, a person is out of line, and it is a social media platform. Like Pop If It's TV, we live, we roll, we unscripted, etc. So you can call in and chop it up with a motherfucker if you want. You know what I mean? Like other shows, if you feel that way. But for you to feel so triggered or, that much disdain for a person that, I was going to say that you don't even know. Because a lot of times, you don't know these people. You think you know them because you watch their video, or you be hearing people say like, oh, that's my brother from another, or that's my brother in my head, or the chicks be like, oh, that's my boyfriend in my head, or just shit like that because you watching them and you living through them vicariously. You think you know them, plainly or whatever the case. You don't know them. You don't know how they're going to react or whatever. But in this case, she did know him. Obviously, they worked at the same company. But still, why would you do that? Like, men don't do shit like that. Like, Like, and I would say, just up and up people, to me, that's some low down scumbag type shit. And when you bitter or you've been hurt, and people always use that, who hurt you? Like they really give a fuck, number one, and like they gonna go do something about it. And like if it's true, which most of the time it is, we human. You don't go through life unscarred, unscathed. Like, Then you speak in tongues when you visit your aunt's grave. Little Buster reference. Nobody goes through life unscathed. You're gonna have some trials, some tribulations. You're gonna get knocked down, and you may stay down for a while, depending on how strong your spirit is. and your energy to win. Play the curve and get nauseous, watching a spin. That's a 50 reference. You can be beat down, and then you can get right back. And you see examples of that. And you say, damn, like, you know what I mean? Not that you was wishing bad on nobody. I don't personally, you know what I mean? I don't wish bad on nobody. But you see people going through a trial and tribulation, and you see them come back, and you be like, damn, you know, God works real quick. How quickly you see some people bounce back, and then you see some people take mad long, or years go by. Sometimes the shit is the matrix, and it just be merging to me. As a person that did time, I don't know if that's the same for somebody that never did time, but to me, once you go in and time stops a little bit, time can get merged, and then right out of the way, certain things stick out more than others because traumatic things may have happened at certain points in your life. So your memory and your instinct for what happened is very vivid. You be like, oh, 19 such and such. You know what I mean? Like, it's vivid. It brings back or conjure up, you know, thoughts and stuff that you may have went through, you know, as a human. But with that being said, though, it's like we all go through life scathed. So nobody's going to be saved from that. But how quickly can you do it? And are you some, you know, some tender, sensitive? But the thing is, you still got to be low down, whether you was hurt or not. Who hurt you? Whether you was hurt or not, for you to take money from somebody, destroy somebody's family, physically harm somebody. Obviously, you know, the days of, you know, people being drunk and not in their right mind. You bumped me, you stepped on my Jordans, you know, then you pull a gun. And shit is sensationalized in the movies, even though it's based on some shit sometimes that happened in the hood. But you're black, right? Oh, but you're black. Art imitates life. The thing is still, who the fuck is you to want to, you know, go to that extent when they're not doing that to you. They're not infringing upon how you live or causing problems in your house or nothing to that effect, to where you want to take money, make a person lose a job, you could become homeless, or fuck his household up. To me, that's some scandalous shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's some low down, greasy, grimy, some onyx, shifty shit. Or like, so obviously he made fun of it, and his channel was popping, like I said. So you get the Patreon, you getting donations, you live, you are alright. But to a regular person, they get knocked off their square for some shit that happened in the work office. And some of my most fun days is when I came home and was working in the work office, putting, you know, a little button-up shirt on with the little tie, you know, little motherfucking loafers and shit. You know what I mean? Khaki pants or whatever. And you interacting and you dealing with people, with coworkers and with clients. And some of the stories from women, and, you know, just watching the, you know, you go from, you know, and from one extreme where it's just, you know, it's guards and bars, it's, you know, it's sadness, it's men, it's different, it's one atmosphere, and now you working, you know what I mean, with different, you know, personalities, and, you know, and you learning, and you experiencing shit on the fly, you know what I mean, like people that was doing prior to going to the pen. But it's just different when you have, you know, when you experience both, you know what I mean? Because you have to recalibrate, you have to readjust again. You know what I mean? I told y'all, sitting on the train, you know what I mean? You got two women and it's crowded. You ain't used to that shit. And my pops, who I had the gloves, but I switched them over here, it took him a long time. Been stabbed up, you know what I mean, in the prison, went in a coma. And he had a problem with even family just being too close. Like, now I used to have to tell him, like, say hi, like, you know what I mean? Because the trauma is done already. So you don't be wanting. Some people, that shit ain't just actors and comedians making fun of, you know, what's going on. It's actually people really like that. I mean, you know what I mean? What is it? Trauma, whatever, post, whatever the acronyms is for the words. You know what I'm talking about. It's people that's really like that. You know what I mean? You see people come home, sleep on the floor. You're like, man, you got this whole nice ass bed. Why are you sleeping on the floor? Because it's what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, but shit when they don't try to let you out. Oh, I can't think of the shit right now. It's pretty much programmed, pretty much. That's the word. That's not what I'm looking for. Institutionalized. That's the word I'm looking for. So pretty much they say you institutionalized, you know, when you did an extended period of time. And that's their reasoning for not letting you go. So it's like, did the time that y'all sentenced me to, or damn near close to it. You know what I mean? And now y'all using that to say, oh, because I did so much time and I'm institutionalized and I can't go back and be a productive member of society. And that's some of the reasons why they give you 2 more years at the board, and you be like, damn it, man. Know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, you have to fail. You know what I mean? And This prison talk and shit. I know people that don't even go to the board, or people that refuse to go to the board for the song and dance. Like, niggas ain't letting me go. Fuck them niggas. Like, I'm not even giving them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Or not the benefit of the doubt, the pleasure of talking to me, running me through the game. Now, you know, so do you think are you sorry for your crimes? Any regrets? The shit that they ask you when you go to the board. Do you think you'll commit crime again? What was the reason that drove you to committing the crime? And then obviously, you know, I wasn't there for murder. Obviously, I'm here talking to you. You know what I mean? Most likely you get a body. You ain't, you know what I mean? Unless you copping out 8 1/3, 25 or something like that. You know, those numbers changed, I'm sure, from when I was there. But nobody's here. Or at least not, you know what I mean? But people that go, you know, to prison for catching the body a week ago, they ask them questions like, you know what I mean, involving those crimes. So the people that still claim their innocence, and I just talked about this stuff, you know, the other day, where it's a stigma of people saying that, you know, everybody go to prison think they motherfucking innocent or whatever. And it is innocent people in prison. That's a fact. So people be like, you shouldn't go. And I used to always hate that, even though I was guilty. It's like, yeah, but the person that is innocent is still eating that yakisobe and chili corn and those 3 hard-boiled motherfucking waffles that they serve you on Saturday or the Sunday with the 1 syrup. I mean, yeah, that's it. And that's breakfast. So it's like, you know what I mean? And bran flakes, like for real, with the milk that's really not milk. They still go through the same shit. Fucking officers coming in, doing more than their job, instead of just doing their fucking 8 hours. They want to push you and push buttons of the prisoners, you know what I mean? And do shit to make your time worse than what it has to be. It's people that go there, I'm talking about not liking their job, and you got power over, you know what I mean, individuals, and you can fuck them up and make shit miserable for them because you miserable. Oh, this is what they signed up for. 25 years, you know what I mean, off of us. But you're black up in the mountains. And then they retire with the pensions and dental and, you know what I mean, health and shit. But for those 25, and you can say, yeah, a lot of us do put ourselves there. That's a fact. That is a fact. And some motherfuckers belong in prison. As a person that's been there, it's like Phoebe, my ears, or was it my eyes on Friends? Like that episode where she was like, my eyes, my ears. Yeah, some people do belong there. Because you got some fucking grimy, scum of the earth people. And they have no regards for human life or just no regards, period. Fuck your life for real. You know, that'd be the saying. Everything is fuck this, fuck that. But then you really got people that's on it like that. And you'd be like, damn, how could you do some vicious, wicked, low-down shit like that to another motherfucker? You know what I mean? And it wasn't even that serious, although they may have violated, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. Just for rap, just for the evilness of it, believe it or not. Like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, people do belong there. But even with that said, innocent people going through the same thing a guilty person is going through. And it's not fair. And people do slip through the cracks. So again, you know what I mean? That's my stance on that as a person that's been there. You know what I mean? Don't go if you can not go. Well, let's talk about the games real quick. You know what I mean? Winner, chicken dinner. Yesterday we had a good day. We went 4 out of 5, so we hit. Today we actually went 2 out of 3, so it wasn't really a good day. We actually lost. You know what I mean? But let's go real quick. And this is the first day I'm giving the picks with the basketball. Normally it was for the football season. We had the promotion running, $200, etc. Cozy souls. You know what I mean? Cozy souls. But this is what I do every day. So if you tuned in, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Hip hop, sports, interviews, motivation, popavisms 101. This is what I do every single day. I bet. Win or lose, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be by your side. And today, we bet on 5 games today. Like I said, we went 2 out of 5. Couple of stinkers, and Miami being one of them is like, all right, we knew Jimmy Butler wasn't gonna play with the Michael Jordan, with the other players, the Magics, playing every game, going out, making sure the people that paid to come to the stands, that come through the turnstile, got something to see, not my neck, my back. And I get it though, you know what I mean? Money is guaranteed, and we live and we learn. It's like, oh yeah, I could take some days off. Again, can't be mad at them for that. So Butler didn't play, and obviously Minnesota won. Let me say this real quick about Minnesota, because this one of the teams like Indiana, no matter if I go with them, I lose, go against them, fucking lose. Minnesota, go with them, lose. Go against them, fucking lose. But in the beginning of the season, because of the C-19 and the COVID, and we still getting through the pandemic, right? Right? Sort of, maybe. This shit could get a little weird, get a little shaky. We know what happened with him. You know what I mean? And obviously still condolences, even though time is passing. You know what I mean? I said, hit the knock on him. Speaking of earlier when I was on here live about some people wanted more. He had that little stigma of being a little salty, you know what I mean? Or not really, you know what I mean, giving the fuck to that power, to that degree. And that's why Butler ain't want to be over there. And he's looked at with the side eye. You hear him online playing a lot. And, you know what I mean? And this game wasn't really showing. You're one of the best players. You got to show and prove that. I said because of, unfortunately what happened to his family. He was going to ball and shit. And I'm like, nah, they're going to be one of the best teams and woo, 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 because Anthony Edwards is that dude. Like, still, young, wet behind the ears and just coming to his own, but the talent is there, the mentality. Shit he said about Condon Taylor, like, you the best player. There's no way you supposed to just be leaving us for dead. You got to show up. Him saying that in the press conference, that'll let you know, like, yeah, dog. You know what I mean? And he going to get nicer. He definitely going to get nicer. I'm like, they're going to be a good team. But they ain't really come out the gate, middle of the season, looking like L Trashington. Like I said, can't win with them, can't win against them. Then they started turning it up again. So I ain't really see them winning today, but I just had to throw that in there. So it's not like I didn't know they can't, you know what I mean? And they probably going to make the play-in game too. But anyway, Miami lost. It was a bad loss for them. Maybe they was hanging out too much. That was the loser. The Bucks, we came up on here. We had the Bucks hat. You know what I mean? Like Giannis going to come through. Woo, woo. Denberry tripping up his fucking name. He got hurt. Portis, I mean, Middleton came to play. Giannis had 33. That's light for him. That shit is sleepwalking just because, like James Harden said, if I could just run up and down the court and dunk the ball, I'd be the MVP too. Hating, and I see you looking what you're looking at. You know what I mean? And we know that's more than what he do. Giannis is that dude. You know what I mean? That's why he got that bling blah. But he had a great, he had a game, seemed subpar, but Clay went off, Poole went off. Well, I mean, fucking, they showed the box score. Steph had 8 points. He didn't even really have a good game. And Kuminga had a great game. And Draymond is coming back. Obviously, he's going to get his spot back. Maybe they'll bring him off the bench, or maybe they won't. They got an embarrassment of riches. Wiseman played one game. So, Warriors, we know, going to be there, and they won today. Obviously, Milwaukee beat them in Milwaukee, and Golden State was like, no. So we had that game wrong. Spurs, they just finished breaking a record. Greg Popovich, sometimes when I was fucking with CanceleD and shit, and I was telling him my name, and we name dropped, I'm glad he got better, etc. He thought it was Greg Popovich. And a lot of people that I meet, when I be like Popovich, they think it's Greg Popovich. You know what I mean? Play on the shit. But anyway, they got they tied Don Nelson the other day, and they were stuck there because they're up and down team too, even though I thought they would be Indiana today. And then yesterday, they came back over Utah, probably took a lot out of them, and they broke the record. So today, we had Spurs, and they fucking lost. Damn it, man. Like, you know what I mean? The sad face, sticker face. And whenever you bet in odd games, you're either going to go 3 for 2, 4 for 1, 5 out of 5, or you can go 1 out of 4, or like today, we went 2 out of 3. There's always going to be a win-lose. There's no push unless you bet on 4 games. But anyway, we had Toronto with the 5.5. They won the game outright. You know what I mean? And they played Denver. You would have think that Denver would have won. I was like, Denver probably going to win money line. You know what I mean? Because Toronto was on the back-to-back. No Fred VanVleet. And, they came out and they won by 13, and they already beat them. So it was like, nah, we beat y'all twice. And, hold that L. And now y'all lose 2 back-to-back. They lost to Golden State, and now they lost to and I say this as far as like the Spurs, certain teams, Atlanta, when Buzenhurst, I think that's his name, the coach of Milwaukee. They implement their system with the players, and it seems like New England, you know what I mean? Just like examples so you can get what I'm trying to say. They systems, whether they obviously win the chip or not, but just have winning records and have a winning culture, DNA, those are the teams that you see. And Toronto was one, even down now that you know, they won the chip, obviously, with Kawhi. Kyle Lowry was there. He on Miami tonight. I don't even know if he had a good game tonight. And he been having personal issues, so he been out, then in, then out, then in. You know what I mean? That's probably why they lost too. But they got the DNA. So Siakam and they rookie Boucher and obviously Van Vliet. They got a good squad. That's because they won the chip. They know how to win. And in the NBA, you got to pay your dues. You know what I mean? The other game we had was the Bulls. You know what I mean? That's why we rocking the hat. You know what I mean? So we hit with Toronto and Chicago. We lost with the Spurs, with Milwaukee and Miami. Today was just, you know what I mean? One more win and we would have been over. And we still up because yesterday we hit for them chicken dinners. But Chicago, we figured they would win tonight. Like I said, they've been losing. This was the mindset on why we took Chicago and why we was leaning for them and ultimately why we put our money up. Because that's your money, son. Just so, you know, people that is going to bet too. You know what I mean? And obviously, I'm not telling you to bet, but if you tuning in for the chicken dinners, then this is what we doing over here. Like, you know what I mean? And this is what I do every day. I'm going to spin the clip, like hustling, you know what I mean? It's how, you know what I mean? Pay bills and do shit and other things too. But this definitely like hit yesterday for a quick example. We win a couple of hundo, you know what I mean? A couple of bands. And you do things and you know, you move things around and you keep it moving. And you make sure you put money aside too for obviously today it was a loss today. So again, if you put 220 like I said I did, how much did you lose today? So you should have that for tomorrow to do again or whatever's in your budget. But real quick too, because it's early games tomorrow. Let's take a quick peekington and I'll tell y'all who I'm liking tomorrow real quick for the early games. The earliest game, I'm going to just leave it here, you know what I mean, as far as the games. Knicks is New York in the house, is Brooklyn in the house, Uptown in the, like, you know what I mean? Knicks, they was on that 7 pick yesterday, and that's why we got money. Somebody left in the comment. Somebody, I thought you don't bet on the New York or the Knicks or whatever, and honestly, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, because they are Trashington, and you will lose your money. And I'm not being funny, but I am being funny because that's your money, son. Too many heartbreaks with the Knicks. Talked about John Stockton, 2 for 17 in the playoffs against fucking Indiana. Reggie Miller, you know what I mean? And I don't, you know what I mean, on none of the New York teams, but sometimes they are good bets. I meant on a consistent basis, to be honest, but sometimes you do. And obviously, we won the last 4 games with them. They won 3 outright. They lost yesterday, but they didn't lose by the spread. They play tomorrow on Sunday, fun day, you know what I mean? That feeling. And they're getting 6 from Brooklyn. Brooklyn in here tonight. Is Brooklyn in here tonight. No Kyrie though, you know what I mean? Mask on. Fucking masked off like Percocet, Molly Percocet. And you always should keep the mask on. Never take the mask off, but I'm not talking about that mask. I'm being funny. He's not playing tomorrow, so that throws the chemistry off again. There's only a couple of games you're going to play, and that's the only trepidation when you look at Brooklyn and say, are they going to come out? And that's when you start feeling a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous about putting your money on them because it's like, you know, even though you got Steph and you had Drummond and they balled out. Like as players want to play and ballers want to ball, they balled out on Philly. And I think they probably will win a close game tomorrow. But I'm taking the Knicks with the 6 because I think they played 2 other times. Brooklyn won both close games. Kevin Durant played in those games, if I'm not mistaken. So I like the Knicks with the points. I like the Clippers. This is another early game, so I'm going to just, you know what I mean? Just in case, you know what I mean? I'm hanging out tonight, you know what I mean? And I don't get up on here. Taking the Clippers -5 at Detroit. Taking them because Clippers won their last game. They've been losing. I love Ty Lue as a coach. Definitely, I ain't going to say he underrated, but people do look like, yeah, you had LeBron, you know what I mean? It's like Phil Jackson had Kobe, Shaq. And normally you do win with the best players. But the Bulls didn't win too. Phil Jackson got there. Obviously, other players as well. But that's just to the coach. What is it? Doug Pete? No, I was about to say Doug Pete, but it wasn't Doug. Like the Clippers tomorrow. At Detroit. Detroit been playing a little well, but I think the Clippers turn up tomorrow, and they cover that 5. This is going to be a good game because this on ABC. It's going to be Luka Doncic at Boston Celtics. Celtics giving 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, pardon me, 5 golden rings. Taking Boston minus the 5. Like Jamal Tatum, Jaylen Brown, White from the Spurs. He know how to play. Horford and them boys. Yeah, I like Boston to cover the spot. It's gonna be a big game, and Luka and them are playing well too. That's 3. Philly on the bounce back. The spread is 13. This is calling out the winners right now. I mean, it's calling out the winners, or we might be having sad face, sticker face again. Nigga, like, I thought you had the locks, not the locks from Yonkers, but the locks to get us the winner chicken dinner. Y'all know the slogan, you know what I mean? Yeah, kid, that feeling. I like Philly to come clean tomorrow. Orlando is gonna be foot to ass tomorrow. Like how Fury said, ant boot. Like tomorrow, Orlando is the ant, and motherfucking Philly is gonna be the boot tomorrow. They're gonna put foot to ass. At least that's what I think. Off that embarrassment that is of Brooklyn. And Brooklyn did embarrass them. It's a good team for them to be coming in. Joel gonna probably have 40. Harden gonna have 30. Maxey gonna have 25. They're gonna spank them all. That's 4. I'm going against Indiana because that's the team that I love to go against or see if I could go with them. But they getting 11 tomorrow. I think I'm gonna come out and kill zone. And this is the bonus, because y'all know LeBron like to come out, drop points, then don't play the next game. Or when you're playing against a better team, a good team, and you lose, the body language is a little different. And y'all know I fuck with LeBron, obviously. Cleveland, this is for you. He's self-made from the bottom to the top. Now we here. I think Phoenix going to win tomorrow. The spread is 8.5. It's on ESPN. Yeah, I think Phoenix going to kill zone. Those are the picks tomorrow. New York Knicks. Clippers, Boston, Philly, Atlanta, Phoenix. You're going to sign off. You already know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. You was just tuned in. Popovich TV, that's the show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here, one more again. Yeah, kid.